The rhinoceros, commonly referred to as a rhino, is one of the most iconic and fascinating animals to walk the earth. Recognized by their massive bodies, thick protective skin, and distinctive horns, rhinos are both ancient survivors and modern-day conservation challenges. These remarkable mammals belong to the order Perissodactyla, or odd-toed ungulates, and are closely related to horses and tapirs. Despite their imposing size and fearsome appearance, rhinos are herbivores with surprisingly gentle and solitary habits. Sadly, they are also among the most endangered animals in the world, making them a symbol of both wildlife majesty and the urgent need for conservation. In this video, we will explore in depth what a rhinoceros is, covering its physical features, species, behavior, diet, ecological importance, historical significance, conservation challenges, and more. Rhinoceroses are among the largest land mammals, surpassed only by elephants. Depending on the species, they can weigh between 1,800 and 5,000 pounds, 800 to 2,300 kilograms. Despite their bulk, rhinos can run surprisingly fast, reaching speeds of up to 30 to 35 miles per hour, 50 to 56 kilometers per hour, over short distances. Some of their most distinctive features include horns. Rhinos are famous for their horns, which are not made of bone but of keratin, the same protein found in human hair and nails. Depending on the species, rhinos may have 1 or 2 horns. These horns are used for defense, dominance displays, digging up roots, and even protecting calves. Thick skin. A rhino's skin is extremely thick, up to 5 centimeters 2 inches in some places, and provides protection against thorns, predators, and even insect bites. However, it is sensitive and prone to sunburn, which is why rhinos frequently wallow in mud to cool down and shield themselves. Large size and shape. Rhinos have barrel-shaped bodies, short legs with 3 toes, and relatively small brains compared to their body mass. Their eyesight is poor, but they compensate with excellent senses of smell and hearing. Color. Despite their common names, such as black rhino and white rhino, rhinos are generally gray or brown. Their coloration depends on the soil and dust of their habitat, since they often cover themselves in mud. The 5 species of rhinoceros. There are 5 extant, living, species of rhinoceros, spread across Africa and Asia. White rhinoceros, Ceratotherium simum, native to southern Africa. Largest of all rhino species, weighing up to 2,300 kilograms, 5,000 pounds. Has a wide, square-shaped mouth adapted for grazing. Subdivided into 2 subspecies, the southern white rhino, still surviving, and the northern white rhino, critically endangered, with only 2 females left in captivity. Black rhinoceros, Diceros bicornis, smaller than the white rhino. Native to eastern and southern Africa. Has a pointed, prehensile upper lip adapted for browsing shrubs and trees. Once widespread, but populations have declined due to poaching. Indian rhinoceros, Rhinoceros unicornis, also called the greater one-horned rhino. Native to the Indian subcontinent, particularly India and Nepal. Recognized by its single horn and thick, armor-like skin folds. Population has recovered in recent years thanks to conservation. Jovan rhinoceros, Rhinoceros sondaicus, critically endangered, with fewer than 80 individuals remaining. Restricted to Ujung Kulon National Park in Java, Indonesia. Similar in appearance to the Indian rhino but smaller and with a smaller horn. Sumatran rhinoceros, Dicerorhinus sumatrensis, smallest and hairiest of the rhino species. Native to Sumatra and Borneo. Critically endangered, with fewer than 80 individuals. Known for its ancient lineage, closely related to the extinct woolly rhinoceros. Despite their size and reputation, rhinos are generally shy, solitary, and non-aggressive animals. They spend much of their day grazing, browsing, or wallowing in mud pools. Most rhinos are solitary, although white rhinos are more social and can form groups, called crashes. Mothers are highly protective of calves. Rhinos communicate through vocalizations, body postures, and even dung piles, middens, which act as scent-marking territories. Although peaceful by nature, rhinos can be aggressive when threatened. They have powerful charges and can use their horns for defense against predators or rivals. Males are territorial and mark their boundaries with urine and dung. Females usually have larger, overlapping home ranges. Rhinos are herbivores, feeding exclusively on plants. Their diet depends on the species and habitat. White rhinos, primarily grazers, feeding on grasses. Black rhinos, browsers, eating shrubs, trees, and leaves. Indian rhinos graze on grasses, aquatic plants, and fruits. Javan and Sumatran rhinos eat leaves, twigs, fruits, and bark. Their large size requires them to consume 50 to 100 pounds, 23 to 45 kilograms, of vegetation daily. Rhinos play an important role in their ecosystems. Grazing impact. White rhinos maintain grassland habitats, promoting biodiversity. Seed dispersal. By consuming fruits and excreting seeds, rhinos help plant regeneration. Mud wallowing. Creates microhabitats for insects, birds, and amphibians. Without rhinos, many ecosystems would lose balance, affecting other wildlife. Rhinos have fascinated humans for thousands of years. Ancient art. Depictions of rhinos appear in prehistoric cave paintings and ancient Asian carvings. Mythology. In many cultures, rhino horns were believed to have medicinal or magical properties. Colonial era. Rhinos became symbols of exotic wildlife, often hunted as trophies. Unfortunately, this historical fascination has also contributed to their decline, particularly through poaching for horns. Today, rhinos face multiple threats that endanger their survival. Poaching. Rhino horns are highly valued on the black market, especially in parts of Asia where they're used in traditional medicine or as status symbols. Despite international bans, illegal trade continues. Habitat loss. Expansion of agriculture, urbanization, and logging has reduced rhino habitats. Fragmentation of habitats isolates populations, reducing genetic diversity. Climate change alters vegetation availability and water resources, indirectly affecting rhino survival. Low reproductive rate. Rhinos have long gestation periods, 15 to 18 months, and typically only one calf, making population recovery slow. Conservation programs worldwide are dedicated to saving rhinos. Protected areas. National parks and reserves safeguard remaining populations. Anti-poaching measures. Armed patrols, drones, and tracking technology help prevent poaching. Captive breeding. Zoos and sanctuaries participate in breeding programs for critically endangered species like the Sumatran and northern white rhinos. Community involvement. Local communities are engaged in conservation through education and ecotourism. Thanks to such efforts, populations of the white rhino and Indian rhino have seen significant recoveries. Zoos and wildlife parks play an important role in rhino conservation. Provide safe havens for breeding endangered species. Raise awareness about rhino conservation. Participate in international genetic management programs. However, keeping rhinos in captivity is challenging due to their size, dietary needs, and sensitivity to stress. The future of rhinos depends heavily on continued conservation efforts, political will, and global awareness. While some species have shown signs of recovery, others, like the Javan and Sumatran rhinos, remain on the brink of extinction. Conservationists stress that protecting rhinos is not only about saving a single animal but also about preserving entire ecosystems and biodiversity. So, what is a rhinoceros? It is far more than just a large animal with horns. Rhinos are ancient mammals, survivors from millions of years ago, that play vital roles in their ecosystems. They symbolize both strength and fragility, embodying the challenges of modern conservation. From the wide-grass savannas of Africa to the dense jungles of Asia, rhinos represent nature's resilience and its vulnerability to human pressures. Their story is one of survival against all odds, but it is also a call to action, reminding us of our responsibility to protect and preserve the natural world. If humanity can ensure the survival of rhinos, it will not only save an extraordinary species but also secure a healthier planet for generations to come.